Okay, boys and girls, we are doing elapsed time to the 5 minutes. This is what happens when your teacher goes, let me try this and see if this works. I now have a start clock and I have an end clock. So let's see if this works a little bit better. And actually, I'm going to write underneath it what they are. This is my start time. So it matches my paper. And this is my end time. Okay. So we're going to do 2 problems together, then you're going to do 2 problems on your own. So let's look at, whoa, okay. I just stretched this out all weird. Okay. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Thought the label was going to stay under my clock. Okay, I'll figure that out for another time. We know the start time is on the left and the end time is on the right. Ignore the second hand. The time is going to change till I play with the clock. Okay, so my start time here is 7:40 a.m. So I'm going to write on my paper my start time underneath my first tick mark, 7:40 a.m. I don't need to put the a.m. because it's not switching into the p.m.s. So I know I can just keep track that it's a.m. Okay, my end time is 10:05. So now I'm going to set my clocks. So this clock is 7:40. So I need to move my hour hand to pass the 7 because it's not right on 7 o'clock. And then I need to go to 40 minutes. So I'm going to count my time, my 5 minutes till I get to 40. Count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, so there's my 40 minutes. So I'm going to move the clock hand around to 40 minutes. Okay, now my end time is 10:05. So I'm going to move my hour hand to just past the 10 because it's a little bit past the o'clock. Okay, and then I'm going to go 5 minutes. So 5. I'm going to put the big hand at the 1. So now what I have to do is figure out how many minutes are from, or how many hours and minutes are from 7:40 to 10:05. I'm not going to worry about the minutes just yet. I need to knock out the hours first. So I'm going to make another tick mark here, and I'm going to write 1 hour. You need to label these spaces so you don't confuse your minutes and your hours because you'll come out with all kinds of wacky answers. Okay, so from 7:40, and if I move the clock 1 hour, I'm just moving my hour hand 1. I can see that it's now in the hour of 8 and it's still at 40 minutes. So 8:40. Okay, now I want to go another hour. So if I go 1 hour here and I move my hour hand 1 more, I can see that I'm in the 9th hour, so it's 9:40. My minutes have not changed, just my hour has changed. Okay, that's a weird looking 4, but you know what it is. There we go. Okay, if I go another hour, it's going to be to 10:40, and that's going to be too late. So I know that I have minutes in here. So now I want to look at my clocks, and this big hand over here for my start time is at the 8. So I'm going to start my skip counting at the 8 here and count how many jumps till I get to the 1 over here. I'm going to switch colors so that I don't get confused with this jump up here. Okay, so I'm going to start skip counting by 5s. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. So I know that I need an additional 25 minutes to get to 10:05. Okay, so now I'm going to combine all this. So 2 hours and 25 minutes. Okay, so let's try the next one. I'm going to scroll down here so my clocks move, and so do my little hop lines. Nope, not far enough. So let me erase. There we go. Okay, I'm also going to get rid of this because that was kind of pointless. I didn't realize it was going to do that. If I thought about it, I probably would have realized it, but yeah. Okay, so let's do the next start time. By the way, if you didn't get that, back up the video. If you didn't get the first one, back up the video and pause it till you get the answer in there. Okay, so my start time is 10:30 p.m. So I'm going to write 10:30 under my clock. Now I'm going from p.m. to a.m., so I'm going to go ahead and mark it with p.m. Okay, and then I'm going to set my clock for 10:30. So the hour is 10, so I'm going to move the hour hand to between the 10 and the 11, and then I'm going to find where 30 is. So I'm going to skip count until I get to 30 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So my big hand needs to be on the 6 because that's where 30 minutes is. Oops. Okay. I better get good at this before tomorrow because tomorrow we're doing it to the minute. Okay, so there's 10:30. My end time is 12:15 a.m. Okay, you don't have to put the dots in a.m. and p.m., but since I did on the one on the right instead of erasing, I'll just do it on the one on the left. Okay, 12:15. So I know that my big hand needs to be after the 12, and then I need to go 15 minutes past the hour. 5, 10, 15. Oops, almost came up short there. So it's at the 3. Okay. So now I've got my clock set. So now I'm going to knock out my hours until I need to just go to minutes. So 10:30, I'm going to make a tick mark and I'm going to write 1 hour up here. And then I need to know what is 1 hour past 10:30. So I'm going to come over to my start clock and I'm going to move just the hour hand to just past the 11. So now it is 11:30. I don't need to write PM because I know it's still PM. Okay. Now, if I do it again for 1 hour, I'm going to be at 12:30, and that's too far. So I know I'm done with my hours. Now I'm doing my minutes. So my big hand is on the 6, and it needs to get over to the 3. So I'm going to start skip counting on my end clock, and I'm going to start my skip counting at the 6 because that's where my hand is on my start clock. And I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I know that that's 45 minutes. So now I just combine them, 1 hour and 45 minutes. Okay, so now for letter E, you're going to do this one on your own. And the starred one, you're going to do this one, but I'm going to tell you what these times are. 5:15, I'll explain it to you, but I'll write the times down so you don't need to worry about it. So if you think of the clock, let me scroll this down so that I don't confuse you with my other marks. Okay, so we want to talk about quarter after and minutes until. So let's talk about quarters first. I'm going to go ahead and just pick a different color here. We'll go orange. So I'm going to think of my my clock like a pizza or like an apple pie. And I want to cut it into 4 pieces because quarter means 4. So if like 1 quarter has 4 as the denominator, there are 4 quarters in $1. So I know that quarter means 4. So I'm going to start first and divide it. Oh, this isn't going to let me draw over the clock. Okay, let me draw a clock down here. Okay, so 12, 6, 3, 9. When you draw your own clocks, this is what I want you to do. Make a circle, and if you want to make a nicer circle, if you want to draw around a paper plate or even draw on a paper plate and turn that into your clock, you can do that. But anyway, trace around something that's round, and then that'll give you a nice circle. But your circle doesn't have to be perfect. So you want 12 at the top, 6 at the bottom, 3 on the right, and 9 on the left. Then you're going to fill in the blanks with the numbers that are missing. Okay, put a dot in the middle. That's where your hand's attached. Okay, so I want to think of my clock as a pizza, and I want 4 slices in my pizza. Now I used my cool color for drawing my clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide my clock from the 12 to the 6. Now I have 2 halves. Okay, so now I want to divide it again. I'm going to go straight across. I want them to be equal pieces. Okay, now I have 4 equal pieces. So if you look at this, let me grab a highlighter here. Oops. Ah! Let's see. Ooh, I wonder what the paintbrush looks like. Let's paint it in with this color. Okay, so if I paint in this part here, oh, that covers everything. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so if I cover this part, this is 1/4. Oh, I like this paintbrush. Okay, good thing I'm not paying for YouTube by the minute, right? Because I'm taking a long time here. So at the 3, whoa, that's still, oh my goodness. Okay, now it's taking too long. Oh, I see it stayed on the other color. Okay, so the 3, why is this making a giant blobby 3? Oh, because the point is bigger. Okay. So 1/4 is at the 3, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. There we go. So 1/4 is at the 3. So we know that if you're at the 3, you are at 5, 10, 15. So 1/4 after 5 is 5:15 p.m. Okay. Now 10 minutes to 9. So let's look at this clock over here. I'm not quite at 9 yet because it's till 9. 10 minutes to 9, like 10 more minutes until it's 9 p.m. So I'm going to put the hand before the 9, which means we're in the hour of 8. Now I'm going to skip count backwards 10 minutes to figure out where my big hand should be. So 5, 10. So I'm going to grab my big hand and I'm going to put it there at 10 minutes to 9. So in 10 minutes, that little hand's going to be on the 9 and the big hand will be on the 12. So now I look at it, I'm in the 8th hour. It is past the 8. It has not touched the 9 yet. So it is 8, and then I've got to skip count my minutes from 12, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So it is 8:50. Okay, so your start time is 5:15 p.m. Your end time is 8:50 p.m. Remember, if you need to use an analog clock and you don't have a toy one, you can draw one easily. Just make a circle, 12 at the top, 6 at the bottom, 3 on the right, 9 on the left, and fill in the blanks. And then you can use it for your drawing your skip counting and stuff. Okay, so that is elapsed time to the 5 minutes.